In the Jetnest introduction video, we talked about how we can take our parametric programs from Genesis Evolution and with Backlink have a powerful nesting solution and cabinet design system all in one. So in this video we'll talk a little bit more about how we created this cut list. And before we look at how we create the cut list, let's look at where this cut list ends up when we're inside of Backlink. Take a cut list that we have basically copied on the clipboard, and let's look at it in a little more detail here in Backlink. When we get our cut list into Backlink, we just have to mimic these column names that we have here and just make sure that the quantities of parts and file names falls in the correct columns. And we can get this cut list into Backlink in a couple of ways. One is to import the cut list from a CSV file. And you can create a CSV file in from a number of programs, including Microsoft Excel. And rather than creating a CSV file, though, you can just simply copy and paste the information from the Excel file. So that's what we'll look at in the rest of this video. So let's go look at what we've created over here in Excel. It's just a basic spreadsheet that has 3 different products in it. And we have each product is on its own tab or own sheet. So let's look at how we created the wall cabinet. You'll notice also that we have 2 different wall cabinets or different sizes we could create, and you could go on with many more different sizes of wall cabinets. But in this section we input the finished dimensions of the cabinet, the height, width, and the depth, and we put the quantity of cabinets that we need for the job. So if you see, if we change the quantity, we start to see different quantities of parts calculated over here. And we're just pulling this information in with basic Excel formulas, pulling it in from this section of the spreadsheet. As we change our cabinet dimensions, for example, if we change the height of the cabinet to 900, you'll see all the parts whose dimensions rely on the height of the cabinet, they're changed as well. So we just pull these dimensions of the part dimensions, we pull those in, and in some cases we're using some formulas to calculate their sizes. For example, the adjustable shelf. We take the overall width of the cabinet, subtract the thickness of the material times 2, and then we subtract 3 more millimeters to give ourselves a little clearance to insert the shelf inside the cabinet. A few other things that we have to make the spreadsheet easy to use. One is a job information screen where we can go in and input various parameters. For example, if we want to pre-mill, then if we want to have certain parts oversized in the nest, then we just put in the pre-mill dimension, and then we can use this value inside our Excel formulas to oversize the parts before they're cut out. Band thickness, if we want to put on, say, a 3mm band on a door, then we want to subtract this band thickness all around the dimension of the door, for example, before we cut it out. Rail width, base drawer height, just many parameters you could add, even more than this, to your spreadsheet. You likely would want to set up a material list so that when you're making your product, you can go through and pick your material from your list that you've created over here in your job information screen. And then the only other thing that you really need to create is to go in and make what we call the Parts Out tab. And this Parts Out tab just is a summary of all the parts that are inside on all of the different products. And again, this Parts Out tab mimics the same structure of the cut list inside of Backlink. So as we come here, this is what we pasted in. We can actually paste it again if we wanted to and have the same set of parts again. But again, once we do this, then we just hit process, and Backlink goes through, takes the CNC programs, assigns their new dimensions parametrically, goes through Jetnest, does all the parts optimization into the various material sizes, and then AutoLink creates the files, the CNC files nested. So if you have any other questions on the Excel spreadsheet, let us know, and we're happy to share the spreadsheet that we've created here as well.